Someone did in the chat, and we were talking about digital learning as an alternative for school shootings, and um,
Oh
as
yeah, I
school
remember that.
shootings are on the rise in the U.S., would this be an alternative for that? Like a lot of people advocate for um, more gun policies or something like that. And we don't have to go down that political route, but
Right.
um, how do you see this affecting that?
I mean, with the kids in this generation, like, I mean, I firmly believe we need to incorporate as much technology as possible because that's just where our generation's heading, where the future is heading. Like, exposing them to technology and how to use these platforms are good. Um, I don't think digital learning should be a permanent thing
Right.
to avoid that situation, just because, like we were saying earlier, like the kids are missing out on those social interactions. Um, and not a lot of them are being as productive, digitally at home. So, I mean,
So you
I wouldn't
think
make it a permanent thing.
the costs of alternative the cost of the social impacts of these students doing digital learning outweighs the active shooting impact? It's a weird question, but just curious.
Say that again.
So the cost of the social implications of doing digital learning, meaning that these kids are not going to be able to develop proper social skills, you think
Right.
that outweighs um, the potential for a school shooter?
I think Yeah, I mean, I think we need to have those kids in the classroom. I feel like
Okay.
teachers are more effective that way. I
Yeah.
think that students benefit more when they're in the classroom with the teacher, more hands-on. They get more like attention in their academics, socially too.
Right.
Um, I think those benefits are good for them. Yeah.
Okay. I agree with you. I think that
I hope I didn't stir up any controversial
no,
thoughts.
I mean that's a conversation that needs to be had, and I
Yeah.
told you before that I told everybody that was going to listen to this podcast that it was going to be a little bit more of a serious conversation,
Right.
because I mean those are the conversations that kind of need to be had. Nobody's talking about that anymore. Like, I mean, especially from a teacher's perspective, hearing what you have to say about the implications of a school shooter coming in, because I know you guys practice drills now.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a very real threat these days as a teacher. So, regardless of what school you're teaching at, regardless of what area you're teaching at, and I've always been curious about the teacher's perspective,
Right.
especially on those cases, because I mean, you guys are the ones that are defending these kids pretty much. You're the protectors
Mhm.
at the end of the day. So, uh,
Yeah, and in school, like, we're building character too with the kids, and so, like, our hope is, like, when we're working with them, we're making good citizens that go into the world, and that will reduce, the shooter issue, like, by teaching those character building attributes for those individuals, you know what I mean?
right, right, very good perspective.